Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt. And you know, man, like the wonders of Christmas are always something that's fun to behold, right? Watching people unwrap their gifts, the light in their eyes that fire up when they get the one thing that they really, truly wanted. It makes even a heartless cynical like me just kind of melt. You know, like I had fun on my Christmas morning, went up to my dad's house, gave presents to the family, watched my little 1-year-old nephew play with bubble wrap because that's quite frankly the only thing he gave a shit about regardless of all the toys he received. And Austin, you're never going to forget that one because we have it on tape. But anyway, the point is Christmas morning for lots of kids is always the greatest day of the year. And if you get the one thing you want, you're happy. Well, sometimes shit can get fucked. All right, so over there in Westchester, Ohio, on Christmas Eve, actually, a woman by the name of Krista Greider got her 7-year-old daughter what she always wanted for Christmas. Got her a Wii U and a copy of SPLATOON. Now, she also made sure to slap on a big ol' From Santa sticker so the little girl would know that mommy and daddy clearly don't love her enough to buy the Wii U, that it's Santa who loves her greatly. So anyway, they opened it up on Christmas Eve, and they were going to play the game, and they got it all set up, and when it was time to finally open the shrink-wrapped copy of SPLATOON, the little girl opened it up, and inside was not the SPLATOON disc, but Sensual Seductions 2. Yeah, a porn DVD was sitting in place of SPLATOON. Some people might argue they might get more replayability out of the porn DVD than the game, but you know, hey, that's up for debate. But the point is, Krista was livid because her daughter starts crying because her daughter wanted to play this game, and instead, here is a porn movie, and Krista doesn't know what to do. She's trying to explain this, like, oh, Santa must have fucked up somewhere, right? Even though she bought the game at Target. And she even says in the news report that she made sure to note that the Target employee went to the case and opened the case and then took the game out from behind the sealed glass case. So to further emphasize that this wasn't a tampered gift on her end and that this is all clearly Target's fault. Now, Target has responded after she notified them via social media, and they offered her a gift card and an apology, and she's like, that's not enough. I don't want a gift card. You know, she wants Nintendo to take responsibility for this. She wants Nintendo to take responsibility for this. All right, I get it, sure. But she also wants to know how it happened, which I think is the funnier story. Because first, let's talk about the Nintendo side of things. Nintendo ain't gonna do shit. They don't have to. They really don't care. They really, honest to God, won't care. You might get a, we're really sorry this happened. Here, we'll send you like a SPLATOON fucking, you know, Squid Kid cap or something, or maybe some kind of promotional material we have lying around from when the game came out nearly 2 years ago, right? They'll do something along that line, if anything at all. But other than that, they're not going to do anything. But when you start talking about how this happened, that's where things get really, really, really interesting. Because some people out there, I think Krista herself speculated, it must have been some storeroom clerk somewhere that wanted to play a prank or something. And I'm like, again, I really think that you're overthinking the situation, right? I really think you're overthinking the situation. Probably wasn't the storeroom clerk that did it. It was probably somebody else. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys in on a thing. A couple years ago, like 13 years ago, I had a friend of mine got into this scam in Texas. All right, what he would do is he would go to Walmart, he would go to Target, go to Kmart, and he would spend the money and he would buy a brand new video game, right? Then what he would do is he would come home, he would take an X-Acto knife, and he would slowly peel back the cellophane wrap from the bottom of the case. He would then slide off the cellophane wrap, open up the case, pull out the disc, reseal it, make sure to reseal the sticker, because he did this with Xbox games. They actually had the sticker there on the side, which was easy to do. If you, again, X-Acto knife, just slowly play with it, get it up there. And then he would take a butter knife, he would heat it up with a fucking lighter like he's trying to fucking do heroin and shit. And then he would just press it against the bottom of the cellophane wrapper and reseal it. Oftentimes, he would make the package look better than what it came in, right? And because the disc weighs absolutely nothing and you're not going to be able to tell the weight difference just from fucking holding it, and back in the day there would even be the manuals inside or little cards inside, so if you shook it, it would sound like something was in there. Then he would just take it back to the store, and say, oh, I'm sorry, I already have a copy of this game, or I realize I can't play this, or I bought this for somebody, yada, 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 yada. Give them a fucking fake name or a fake piece of information. And if it's Walmart, Target, Kmart, whatever, they have really lax return policies on this sort of thing, provided that the case is sealed and it's within 14 days, they don't give a shit. And you have the receipt. They don't give a shit, right? And so as a result of that, bam, sends it back off right into the store. And the next person who buys it when it's on the store shelf will then get that copy. So if you want to know how I think this happened, if you really want to know how I think that they were able to do this, for one, oftentimes these days, new games don't come with fucking instruction manuals. So you have to put something in there in order to be able to kind of differentiate the weight. Porn DVDs are literally like pennies on the dollar at any porn shop. You can go find like a bulk bin of just kind of like loose leaf DVDs and shit, because so much porn is produced and it's not selling as much in the store. And they've got a lot of it just kind of lying around. So you could just do that, pop that back inside, reseal it up, Bob's your uncle, and you're done, right? You're fucking done. That's it. It's an easy scam. It's a really easy scam. I don't know how many people are doing it these days and whatnot, but that's how it was happening 13 years ago with a friend of mine. He finally stopped once he got caught. No charges against him or anything else like that, but he finally got stopped. And the point is like that, but that's something that was happening, and it's not hard to get away with. So if you think about it, if Krista Greider really wants to know how this whole situation happened, if she really wants to track down the culprit, the answer to that is security camera tapes. Now, security camera tapes are definitely something that Target probably isn't going to have, but if this is close enough or a while ago, you could ask them, hey, can you go look through your return logs to see whether or not somebody had returned a copy of SPLATOON recently? All right, or when was the last time a copy was returned? They can look through their records, they can pinpoint when it happened, go back to the security cameras, find the person who returned it, and probably that's going to be your culprit. Now, if you're asking yourself, well, how do they, are they going to be able to trace it, like who bought it via the ISBN? No, because it's the same ISBN number for any game, which is why you can buy the game at Target and you could return it to Best Buy, and it's not going to fucking matter because the ISBN is exactly the same. All right, the way they track it would be definitely through like debit card purchases or things like that. So if the person goes into the store and pays for cash, there's no identifying information that you can use outside of their image, which could then be shopped around and see if anyone recognizes them. So in this particular case, that is precisely how you would catch this person, is you have to go back and look through who returned it recently, and that should give you the information on who put Sensual Seductions 2 in the SPLATOON case. Now, if I was a cop in this one, if I was the person looking into it, if I was Krista Greider herself, all right, I would ask that information, and I would ask that the detective or the officer who would go and contact the person who did it, right, if they were able to determine it, just in that long shot case, right, I would sit there and knock on the door, and that person would answer and be like, oh, hi, I'm sorry, you left this at Target, and like hold up the porn DVD and then just watch their reaction. If they go white, they're busted, right? If they start laughing at it, then you know they pretty much didn't do it. But that's how in a perfect world I would catch the culprit. But in the meantime, there are ways to scam the system, and Krista being mad at Nintendo for somebody being basically a thieving piece of shit is not going to help the situation. Now, granted, I don't expect a lot of people to look at it the way I looked at it, right? Because then again, I have that firsthand knowledge of what friends did and how they did it. So, that's the perspective I bring to the table. So if you ever come across a game that doesn't have the disc in it when you open it after buying it from the store, here's the thing too. I'm not even making this up. Your best course of action is to like purchase the game and then open it like right inside your car, or open it basically right inside the store. And so then if anything happens, you will at least have that security camera unblinking eye in the sky that would be like, I opened it, there was no disc. So they can't accuse you of trying to steal. Again, not many people would actually do it, and I get that, but for the paranoid, now you have a solution to the problem. Alright everyone, that wraps up this video. My name is Mundane Matt. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're new, check back daily for more content from me, or if you want to know about my life, check out Mundane Chats, or top 5 videos that are awesome as fuck, forbidden knowledge right here. Talk to you guys later, have yourself a good day, and peace out.